Hello and welcome to this video. This video will guide you on how to initialize NPM and install Nodemon on your computer. NPM is a package manager that helps to manage dependencies in your project, while Nodemon is a tool that helps to monitor changes in your code and restart your server automatically. By the end of this video, you will be able to initialize NPM in your project and install Nodemon for your development environment. Now, if you are a beginner in Node.js development or backend development, you might have heard about Nodemon, a tool that helps automate your Node.js development workflow. In this video, we will show you how to install Nodemon using NPM, a popular package manager for Node.js packages and modules. We'll also discuss the benefit of using Nodemon and how it can make your development process faster and more efficient. To demonstrate the use of Nodemon, we have to create a server. So let's go to our folder. Let's create a new folder. Right click, click on new folder, write first npm package. Now open this folder using VS Code. So we have opened this folder using VS Code. Now we have to create a server. Let's create a file called server.js. So a file has been created. Now let's write our server code. For that, let's require HTTP module. Again, HTTP module is just a core module. You get it automatically by Node.js. You don't have to write it or install it. So const HTTP is equals to require HTTP. So we have imported HTTP module. Now let's create a server. Const server equals to HTTP dot create server. This is the method which takes a function. That function is called as request handler. So this will be that function. This function will be called as a request handler. Let's create it using arrow function. It gets two argument, request and response. So what do you mean by server? A server means a computer or a system that serves file remotely. Means it is a remote computer or system which serves files based on the request by client. Now let's return a response by using rest.end method. Rest.end first npm package. Now we have to listen to any of the port. Now we have to listen to port number. So let's listen this server. By using listen, we have to pass port number. So we passed 5000 as a port number. Now what is port? When you write anything on browser, let's say we have write google.com, so it sends a request to port number 80 by default. So then server sends the response back to the client as an HTML file, which will be in most of the cases will be index.html and will load it. Similarly, any piece of software that is running on your system is running on a specific port. Now port is a logical term. Whenever a service running on your system, that service is uniquely identified by ports. So ports are uniquely identified logical numbers assigned to different tools or services that are currently running, and one port can run one software at a time. So we can define a function here also. Console.log. Let's pass a string server is running on port 5000. So now we have created our server. Now to start a server, we have to write this command node server.js. So our server is running on port 5000. Let's go to localhost. Sorry, it's 5000, localhost 5000. So the text is visible here, first npm package. Now if we change anything here, first npm package, which is Nodemon, reload the browser, then also the changes are not reflected. So for reflecting the changes, we have to close the server and restart it, node server.js. So we have to restart our server whenever we change any code or add any code. Node server.js. Reload again. So now it is visible. But it will be very easy for our development if this server automatically restarts whenever the changes are detected. So for this, a Nodemon package is provided by NPM. Now to install any third-party module, first we need to initialize NPM in our application. So how to initialize NPM? Initializing NPM and installing Nodemon is a straightforward process that requires only a few steps. First, make sure that you have Node.js and NPM installed on your system. To check if you have Node.js and NPM installed, open your terminal or command prompt and type node-v. Let's close our server and type node-v or -v. So it is giving me the current version of Node which I have installed in my system. You can also write npm -v or -v to check the version of npm. So npm is installed on my system. If you don't have a Node.js and npm installed, you can download them from the official website. Once you have them installed in your system, you can proceed with installing Nodemon. Let's now initialize the npm in our application. So the syntax to initialize npm is as follows. We have to write npm init. So and this is the command we have to write, npm init. Init means initialization. Let's hit enter. Now it will ask certain questions like what do you want your package name as? It is by default taking a folder name as package name. So let's hit enter. Version, you can define any version for your application. Let's hit enter. Description, if you want to add any description to your package, you can add. Entry point, by default there is one in our application, so that will be by default the entry point. Now if you have multiple files, then how to decide which is your entry point? So wherever you write your server code, that will be the entry point of your application. So our entry point will be server.js. Test command, we don't have any test command. Git repository, we don't have to specify any Git repository here. Keywords and author, simply I write Ritik. If you don't write author name, that will be fine also. It will ask you that if this package.json file is okay for you. Yes. Now as soon as we hit enter, it created package.json. So package.json is a file which provides information about our project to the outside world or other developers. Now whenever you install some package, it will add to more folders. Let's install Nodemon. Firstly, let's see what is Nodemon. In the official site, Let's search Nodemon. So here it is. So Nodemon is a tool that helps develop Node.js based applications by automatically restarting the Node application while file changes in the directory are detected. Okay, whenever your code changes or it detects any changes in your code, it will restart by default automatically. Node.js does not require any additional changes to your code or method or development. Nodemon is a replacement wrapper for Node. To use Nodemon, replace the word node on the command line when executing your script. So to install Nodemon, we just have to write this command npm I means install Nodemon. Let's install Nodemon. Open your terminal. Now write npm install -g Nodemon. So -g flag installs Nodemon globally, which means that you can access it from any directory in your system. If you do not write this -g, it will install the Nodemon for this particular directory. You cannot access it from any directory in your system. So we write -g so you can access the Nodemon from any directory on your system. Let's hit enter. Now it will install Nodemon globally. So it is installed. So Nodemon is installed. Now you can install Nodemon for this particular directory or application by using this command npm install Nodemon. So it will install Nodemon here locally in this directory, for this directory. Now whenever you install some package, it will add two folders to our project. First is node modules and second is package log.json. So what is this node modules? Whenever you install any module, that module related files will be added to this folder node modules. And the second folder is, or second file is package log.json. This is related to the versions of your packages which you are using in your application. It lists all the versions of all the packages that you are using, like this. Now let's use Nodemon in your application. For using Nodemon, you have to write Nodemon and file name, means server file name. Nodemon server.js. Note that you don't have to write node server.js. For using Nodemon, you have to use Nodemon server.js command. Let's hit enter. Let's go to localhost 5000. So it is displaying this text first npm package, which is Nodemon. Now if you do any changes in your code, like delete this switch, it will automatically restart the server. And by reloading, you can see the latest text that is displayed here. So you can add any text. So I added this text. It will restart because the code has been changed. Reload the browser, you get the updated text. This is what Nodemon does. In conclusion, installing Nodemon with NPM is an easy and straightforward process that can save you a lot of time and effort in your Node.js development workflow. That's it. You have successfully initialized NPM and installed Nodemon on your computer. Now you can manage your dependencies and monitor your changes in your code with ease. We hope that you found this video useful, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching this video. and I will see you in the next video.